Welcome back to NC Sports Weekly News on the global water sports agenda. Lufinha and Toad take Brouwers Dam as top men and women PWA freestylers pull off their best moves for the Dam 7 World Cup in the Netherlands. The powerboating world mourns Italian Formula 2 legend Paolo Zantelli at the Milan GP. Portugal's Francisco Lufinha makes history and enters the Guinness World Record by setting a new long-distance kite surfing record of 307.5 nautical miles. Happening now, 49er and 49er FX World Championships in Marseille. And guess who's foiling? America's Cup 34 update, from the quagmires of controversy to the pinnacles of success. Oracle Racing's comeback shakes the ETNZ powerhouse. Right here, right now, on NC Sports. Breaking the 15-year-old spell, top-ranked freestylers were finally back in Holland for the Dam 7 PWA World Cup. Brouwers Dam offered all sorts of spectacular wind and wave conditions, from perfect flat waters and sunny 20-knot puffs to challenging stormy and rainy days. In the women's division, Sarakita Ofringa continues her winning streak that began back in 2012, grabbing her 6th straight World Championship event victory. With textbook funnels, explosive konos, and superb one-handed spots for the high scores, the Aruban freestyle superstar proved she could also take on any man on the circuit. In a photocopy finish of the entire season, Sarakita was once again chased by a determined Arjan Aukes of Holland, closing in second place, and Venezuela's Yolanda Freitas de Brent in third.
The organization was great. We had a good event. We had enough wind to finish a single, a double, and a single for the ladies. I managed to win all 3 of these, which I'm very, very happy about. The competition was tough and pretty high. So, yeah, I'm very happy about how this event went in the end. And I'm looking forward to coming back next year.
Big thrills and big reshuffle in the world ranks for the men's PWA freestyle division, as the reign of Venezuelan Jose Goyito Estredo may be endangered by a rising Kiri Thode from the Dutch island of Bonaire. On day 3, in storm force winds, Thode pulled out his best moves with perfect scopuses, spocks, and air bobs to advance to the last stage, as the 5-time world champion Goyito was eliminated by world number 3 and local pro Steven van Broekhoven. With both athletes delivering top tricks and posting their best scores in the finals, the judges were ultimately forced to a split 3-2 decision in favor of Thode over Van Broekhoven. Goyito slipped 4th place here at this Dam 7 PWA World Cup in the Netherlands. Estredo and Thode are now exactly paired up in the rankings at 6,201 points.
The whole week was really crazy, from no wind to crazy wind condition. When it was really like stormy wind, and I'm really happy to still perform really good and did some move. And yeah, it was a great week, and I had a lot of fun for sure. And hope next year we put this again. So we will see what happens. Maybe I will again defend my title here.
For the full take with interviews and complete highlights of this Dam 7 PWA World Cup in Brouwers Dam, check out the NC Sports Buzz. The entire powerboating world is mourning Paolo Zantelli after his tragic accident last week in the Idroscalo Artificial Basin for the City of Milan Formula 2 GP. The Italian pilot went airborne on the start line and entered a twist for a bad capsize, which ripped off the safety hatch on impact. In spite of the immediate intervention of safety crews, which found the pilot under cardiac arrest underwater, and the medevac to the local San Raffaele hospital, Zantelli passed away later in the evening. The exact dynamics of the crash are still under procedural investigation by Italian authorities, but no penal action is expected. Zantelli, 48, was the current runner-up in the World Championship behind Eric Stark, following his win in the last F2 GP in Nottingham. A top pro, Paolo began racing in Formula 2 at age 17 and had never had a dangerous accident in his 3-decade-long career. Back home, he was a legend in the sport with 11 national titles to his name, plus 2 golds, 2 silvers, and 2 more bronzes in European championships. Zantelli leaves wife Milena, also a recently retired competitive powerboat pilot, and their young son. The entire Nautical Channel team expresses its deepest condolences to Paolo's family, friends, and fans. Extreme kitesurfing is taking on oceanic dimensions as Portugal's Francisco Lufinha sets a new Guinness World Record for the longest kiteboarding journey, successfully completing his 307.5 nautical mile attempt from the mouth of the River Doura in the city of Porto to Lagos in the Algarve. The 30-year-old kitesurfer navigator crushed the previous 199.63 nautical mile mark set by Philip McCoy Midler from South Padre Island to Matagorda in Texas. Francisco finished the course set along the Portuguese coastline in 27 hours and 40 minutes at an average speed of 12 knots. He was followed by a support crew at each waypoint and took 5-minute breaks every hour to eat and rehydrate. The little sleep he had was in the water, resting on his board and kite. A long training period preceded the attempt, and Lufinha was closely followed by a team of expert physicians and nutritionists who prepared the athlete for a superhuman 30-hour stay at sea. Unquestionably, Portugal's Francisco Lufinha has pushed the frontiers of the sport. Now that a whole new page in extreme long-distance kitesurfing has been opened, the question becomes, what next? The 2013 Seiko 49er and 49er FX Worlds are full on in the perfect race course in front of Marseille, with the world's best crews, including all the London 2012 medalists. Plenty of attention at the Stade Nautique de Roucas-Blanca for the final seasonal chapter of the 49er FX Ladies Skiff, selected as the new Olympic class at the next Games in Rio 2016. Three days of qualifiers, 2 days of semifinals, and a final racing day dot the regatta calendar, with results expected over the weekend. The big news, veterans Morrison and Rhodes apparently have grown tired of showering through the steep waves, and we're seen breaking out the foils. The Olympic skiffs are going airborne. Stay tuned for the complete results with race highlights and interviews on the next edition of NC Sports Weekly News. Sailing history is in the making at these America's Cup 34 finals as the Oracle Racing Team USA comeback on Emirates Team New Zealand has ultimately taken the event from a quagmire of controversy to unprecedented success. Very few had expected a winning streak of such proportions against the Kiwi powerhouse, yet the progression of boat speed, handling, and tactics by the Americans has been astonishing. With the last 2 wins in a glorious race Sunday in San Francisco, Larry Ellison had plenty to cheer for. Adding Ben Ainsley to the afterguard and then the hard work of shore teams tweaking for speed had indeed paid off. Against all odds and opinions, Russell Coutts, Jimmy Spithill, and the entire crew never stopped believing in the tremendous potential of their AC-72. In fact, the table was turned in races 14 and 15 for the first time, clearly dominated by the defender on every key passage and building huge leads on the challenger, raising the question if now Oracle Racing had perhaps become the faster boat of this 34th America's Cup. ETNC was certainly on the ropes, with Dean Barker and Ray Davis outfoxed on nearly all key passages of the regattas. Suffering the American pressure on the pre-start and losing the reaches to the first mark, the Kiwis were doomed to the chase on all legs of both races, alternating considerable gains and devastating losses. So close yet so far, with the old mug just a single victory away, Emirates team has certainly felt the blow. We close this edition of Weekly News with a remarkable 8-5 score for New Zealand, and with many regretting the 2-point penalty inflicted on the USA by the international jury for the World Series case. With growing attention on the final outcome worldwide, the All Blacks entered this week's racing with the upper hand. Would it be enough? For the full results and final insights on these extraordinary AC34 finals, stay tuned for all upcoming NC Sports editions. Plunge into the action with NC Sports.